Hi students. So today we're going to be learning how we multiply polynomials. So polynomials are what we've been working with, where you have variables and numbers and they're considered in the same expression. So if you take a look at this first example that I put over here, you can see that we have x plus 4 and then it's being multiplied by 3x plus 6. So we have never done something like this before. So I want to show you a technique that helps me remember what to do. And it's called an area model. So what you do is you go ahead and you draw yourself a rectangle or square, whichever you want to consider this. So when you draw your square, what you do is you're going to put one of the expressions on the top and one of them on the side. I always put the first one on the top. So I'm going to have x plus 4. Where the plus sign is, I'm going to go ahead and draw a dividing bar because we know x and 4 don't go together, which means that 3x plus 6 is going to go on the side, and that's where I draw my other bar. So now, we all know to find the area of a square or rectangle, you just multiply your length and your width, your base and your height, or two sides. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do it piece by piece here. So in this first square, we're going to do x times 3x. So you got to remember that x is a 1x. So 1 times 3 is 3, but x times x is going to get you that x squared piece. Okay, let's take a look at our next square. We're going to have 4 times 3x, and 4 times 3 is 12, and then we bring the x along because there's nothing else that x gets multiplied with. Down here we have 6 times x. We write that as a 6x. Don't put the multiplication sign in between. And here you do 6 times 4, which we know is 24. Now what you do is to get your final answer, you're just going to add all the pieces together. So 3x squared plus 12x plus 6x plus 24. Now, most of you could probably see that we have some like terms in this expression. So this is going back a few chapters to our combining like terms. We know that x is the same here. So we have 12 and we have 6. So together they're going to give us 18 x's. But remember, that doesn't go with our 3x squared, and that also does not go with our 24. So this is our final answer. I know it looks a little crazy, but that's what you get when you multiply these two things together. If you're feeling all right after that example, then you can go ahead and turn this off and get started on your worksheet. If not, I'm going to go ahead and do another example, but this one has a minus sign in it. So if you want to see what that looks like, hold tight. I'm going to set up my area model just like I did the last problem, where I'm going to have my 2x plus 1 on the top. I draw a line right there. I have my 5x. I'm going to put that minus 7 together, but then I know that these two are separate. So now that's the only difference, is now you have to treat that like a negative 7, because that's what it means to be a minus 7. It's going to be considered negative. So go ahead, take a second, try to fill out the rectangle, pause the video because I'm going to pause it too. Alright, I hope you guys did great on that. I'm just going to go over them quickly. 2x times 5x is 10x squared. 5x times 1, you get 5x. Negative 7 times 2x will get you a negative 14x. And negative 7 times 1 is a negative 7. So we're going to do the same thing that we did in the first problem, where we just add them all together. So we got 10x squared plus 5x plus negative 14x plus negative 7. Oops, my fault. Now, same thing. These middle terms are both x's, so we got to make sure we combine them. So when you combine 5 and negative 14x, you get a negative 9x. So then bring down everything else. 10x squared plus negative 9 plus negative 7. And that's going to be your final answer there.